Welcome back. The legendary tale of Galileo and his telescope is now 400 years old. 25th August marked 400 years to historic day since Galileo first showed his telescope to Italian merchants. Though Galileo was not the first one to invent telescope, his telescope has helped astronomers to learn more about our solar system. Here is a small tale of Galileo and his masterpiece that changed the world.
Looking at moon or a nearest planet, telescope brings every distant object much closer to one's vision. Every year, millions of people across the globe are attracted to astronomy to watch the ever-expanding universe. Thanks to telescope. Thanks to Italian astronomer and philosopher Galileo in 17th century, which made planetary study easier for common man. Exactly 400 years ago, on 25th August 1609, Galileo showed Italian merchant his new creation, a telescope. The telescope brought both fame and trouble to Galileo. His years of hard work in sky study authorized him to give groundbreaking conclusions. He proved the world that moon is not smooth, but had many craters. And Jupiter also had many satellites the way Earth has moon. Galileo's discoveries were not very well welcomed by the society, and he spent the final decade of his life under house arrest. Now after 400 years, the world of astronomy has changed. Now world can see the expanding universe not just from Earth but also from space. Galileo's Paul telescope has been replaced by radio telescope and more famous space telescope such as Hubble and Chandra. But for mankind, Galileo's contribution to astronomy would always remain path-breaking. A senior reporter Rakesh Kanorkar for Prudent Media.
Do you know that your phone conversation or internet communication will no more be personal? The central government has decided to track all calls and messages via mobile phone. Government has planned that communication through mobiles, landline phone and internet will be monitored for the safety of the country.
In the wake of terror threats in the country, the central government has decided to monitor communication via mobile phones, landlines and even through internet. So now, even the common man will be grouped in the security. Now if any person makes a call, he will have to be more cautious as some security agency might be listening to your conversation. May it be romantic, business or casual. Whether you belong to a gang of terrorists or not, if you give out any unusual password or any kind of code, you may be tortured for nothing. Well, the Center for Development of Telematics and Development Organization is working on the security project which will help the government to monitor all the calls and messages transmitted through phones and mobiles. Although the government is still uncertain over the functioning of security project, it is sure of implementing it at the earliest to ensure the safety and security of the country. The need of monitoring calls was felt after the 26/11 terror attack as the instructors were in continuous contact with the terrorists through satellite phone. Now, whether the security idea is good or bad, we will have to contribute our talks for the security of the nation. Bureau Report, Prudent Media.
Pop star of Goa Padma Shri Remo Fernandez is now the brand ambassador of 108 AMRI services all over the country. He feels proud and honored to be associated with these services. He also says that this services functions properly only because it is public-private partnership.
Remo Fernandez expressed his happiness and gratitude for being associated with 108 AMRI services.
The way that 108 functions is really fantastic. And then they approached me again, luckily for me because I'm proud and I'm honored to be associated with such a service, because it's so rare, especially in a country like India. The nobility of intention behind it is already rare, but that nobility to help the poorest to the richest, to everybody for free, besides that nobility, to have high tech absolutely fantastic high tech to go with it, that is even more rare.
He claims that EMRI services function properly because they work upon public-private partnership.
And 108, it happens to be a fantastic thing because it is not fully governmental, because it is fully, because it is not fully in the hands of the ministers and the politicians and all those people, the people who are bringing this country down.
And Brahmo has already started explaining the true utility of 108.
तो हांव सगळ्याक सांगूंक सोदता की 108 फुकट म्हणून तो फूल सर्वीस सारको फुकट. देर इज नो पेमेंट टू बी मेड. तर कितेंय तर इमर्जन्सी जाल्यार तुमगेर 108 डायल करात केन्नाय जावं, इन द मॉर्निंग, इन द नायट, इवनिंग, एनी टायम. एंड द अदर मेसेज इज फॉर द रिच पीपल. If your Mercedes-Benz is just a Mercedes-Benz, then please, it comes nowhere near the 108, okay? So however rich and educated and cultured you may be, please remember this. A 108 ambulance is equipped to save a life, okay? And your Mercedes-Benz is not.
Our reporter from Sholi, Laukik Shilkar, with video journalist Dhananjay Swarnakar.
Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.